Welcome in to Tuddy Talk. This is week 4, and we are back with even more.
Wow, bars.
Thank you. I'm Devyn.
I'm Gifford.
And, well, last week went a lot better for both of us. We both came out with wins.
I needed that.
Yeah. I didn't need it as much as you, but
Yeah.
I'm still happy that I got it. I never want to lose to Tutani. There was a point where it came real close to happening like it did last year. When I lost by .02. Let's bring that up. Yeah, that was a tough loss for me last year. This year, I got my redemption against Tutani, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I needed this win this week against Scott. It was do or die. AJ finally showed up. K9 showed up, and I'm just happy to walk away with the win. Still not satisfied with my team's performance by any means. We need to score more points, but we're on the winning side of the board here, so.
You got pretty lucky. But, I mean, let's finish up talking about last week with our competition. Last week's competition was MVP, and that went to Keenan Allen on Chris's team. Just another insane performance on Chris's team. Chris,
20 targets, 15 catches.
I think it was 18. 18 catches for 215 yards and 1 touchdown.
And a touchdown
just
throw.
Crazy. And a touchdown throw. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. He went wild. Congratulations on your $10, Chris. This week, week 4, is going to be bench warmer. So that is the highest scoring person on your bench. Now.
And heads up, this is after Thursday Night Football, and it looks like Nate is going to get it with Monty's 35 points. Thank you, Nate.
Good right now.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I don't know if that's going to help you in the league this year or this week.
I mean, I'll take a risky 0 spot than 35 off rip. So
That's true. All right. Well, just like every week, we have our power rankings. We will also have our predictions, and keep an eye out for a mystery segment. We're bringing something new this week. I'm excited. All right. Starting off our power rankings, at number 12, we have Tommy. Look. You just keep on scoring the least in the league. You have the fewest amount of points in the league now, and you just lost again. Going through your roster, let's see. Trevor Lawrence, he just looked bad last week. I think he'll bounce back, but against the Texans, you want something more.
Yep.
ETN and Mixon both had solid games. That's fine. Not gonna mess with you there. Drake London, Michael Pittman, and well, I guess your other two are tight ends. Those 2 wide receivers, they're all right. Michael Pittman is looking all right. He's looking really good, even with Gardner back there.
Taylor Swift's boyfriend scored a touchdown.
He did, yes. And Mark Andrews, I want to see more from him, selfishly and unselfishly. Outside of that, I mean, your team it's the lowest for a reason. On your bench, Deshaun Watson is starting to look pretty good. Zeke is a non-factor. Sky Moore, non-factor. Kadarius.
Zeke is actually starting to steal some carries away from Ramondre.
He's making Ramondre a non-factor. That's what's going on over there. They're both bad. Yeah, sorry, Apple. Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney, 2 wide receivers on the same team. Unfortunately, that offense is so sporadic. You never know who's going to get the ball.
You would think with a team, the head of the team being Patrick Mahomes, there would be a number 1 wide receiver on that team.
But they have 5.
It's never, ever been that way. Yeah. Ever. Outside of Tyreek. But
instead, you have their number 1 receiver in Travis Kelce. Let's see. The other ones on your team, Tyler Algier, he completely disappeared since week 1. Don't know what's going on there. Obviously, I do. It's Bijan. We're not going to see a lot of Algier. And that's what we expected. He's a backup. That's okay. Jerry Jeudy, though, what do you have to say about that? It's not looking fantastic in Denver.
Jerry Jeudy is the definition of all talent but no consistency, injuries, legal issues. Man, the Broncos are rough. Yeah, the Broncos are rough, and I think Jerry Jeudy's gonna be a non-factor this year as he was the past 2 years in his career.
Let's hope he plays angry next week, coming off a 50-point loss against the Dolphins.
A game that nobody's going to watch because the Broncos are playing the Bears.
Tank Bowl. Both 0-3. They're both going for that number 1 spot in the draft.
Yep.
At kicker, you still have Koo, your namesake. And at defense, you have Seattle.
I don't know if that's the wisest decision.
Seattle, they'll turn it around. Not worried. But at the moment, you are 12th. At number 11, we have Brittany, or Olave Garden.
Very creative name. I like the name.
I like it. Jordan Love is your quarterback over Joe Burrow and over Anthony Richardson. What do you think about that?
Being Adam Wojnarowski here, I was updated that Brittany is not going to play Joe Burrow until he plays up to standard.
Okay. So you're waiting on him to start playing the way he knows how to.
Yes, sir.
I understand. How about Anthony Richardson though? Did she drop any wise facts there?
Having three quarterbacks is kind of a question mark. I thought she was going to start Anthony Richardson this week, but Jordan Love did decent. It wasn't looking good in the first half. I was kind of worried. At first, I thought that was at the end of the fourth quarter. I thought it was 20. I thought it was 27-3. I was about to text you. I'm so sorry.
No,
Negative 3 points. But Jordan Love got you 2 touchdowns. Not the greatest game, but
A rushing touchdown. He looked fine toward the end. He's playing like a young player, and that's unfortunate.
But
because
the
he's been around for a while.
Detroit Lions refused to give Jahmyr Gibbs a touchdown.
Insane.
Absolutely refuse.
They worked Monty to the bone. Coming off
a questionable.
Insane.
35 carries.
This is not what you want from Jahmyr Gibbs.
No, it is not.
We still think that he'll get better. At least I do. But unfortunately, this week, again, week 4 was not the week for you.
No.
Your new wide receiver, Josh Palmer, thanks to this guy, sending over Jahan Dotson over to him.
I got you, Brittany. I got you.
Mike Williams went down to IR, so now you have to replace him with his backup, Josh Palmer. Let's see if he can put up some points. Tight ends, you have Tyler Higbee, who has just not been what I hoped personally with Cooper Kupp out.
He's a tight end.
He is. He's that. So is Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is. I mean, that whole offense was supposed to take a step forward, but they didn't, and that's unfortunate.
Justin Fields. I will never understand the hype around the guy. Dual threat my ass. He doesn't read the field, pun intended, and he deserves to be in the same league as Zach Wilson.
Yeah, it's starting to get to that point. Zach Wilson has had so many chances. I'm surprised they still haven't benched him.
Saleh, I don't know if Zach Wilson has a dirty secret on him, but
yeah, he was backed into a corner. Aaron Rodgers went down, and
the fact that he's still starting is beyond me.
No, look for Trevor Siemian coming in. We'll see. And then you have yet another Kansas City receiver, Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice. We'll see how that goes. He looks all right in his flashes, but we'll see.
Is that Rashee Rice or Jerry Rice?
Whoa. Probably Rashee. Probably Rashee.
Yeah.
At kicker, still the best guy in the league, even though he did miss a field goal last week. Just a little short. Justin Tucker.
Which prompted, is Justin Tucker washed?
He's not. It was a 61-yarder, and the wind is weird there. Defense, you have Cleveland this week.
Which we just heard on Thursday Night Football is the number 1 rated defense in football.
In real football.
Statistically.
Yeah, in real football.
In real football.
But who knows how they'll be. I think they're still a solid one. And I think your team can still turn it around. Do not lose hope. Just because you're 11th doesn't mean you can't go up. At number 10, we have Scott, a.k.a. McLaurin P1.
Scott, your first 2 wins were questionable. We've said it from the very start. And I proved that this week by narrowly getting the win. No, I'm not bragging. My team sucks, okay? Personally, I think Cooper's going to take touches away from Puka. I think the 15 to 20 target range isn't going to be consistent for long. I think that's a bad move, Scott. Now you're forced to start either Najee or Rashad White, and they are neither Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley.
Even Derrick Henry isn't looking like Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry probably had the worst game of his career against me, and I think that secured the win for me that week. So thank you, Derrick.
And we said it week 1, Spears is taking away runs from Derrick Henry. He's taken a lot of touches, and it's something to be concerned about, especially after last week.
Dameon Pierce finally had a decent game. He gave me a scare. He pushed the limit, and Christian Kirk outplayed Calvin Ridley. So just a messy team. I don't like... your running backs went from really good your first 4 draft picks to really bad, honestly.
Yeah, they're looking rough.
And then your wide receivers are looking questionable again. Like, Sutton is 50-50 every week. Puka is solid, but then you go to Kirk, who might be the best receiver on your team at this point. And then Scary Terry, and then Quinn Johnson might get more touches with Mike out. So we shall see. But coming from last week, you are now in 10th place, Scott.
Yeah, I think your best position, it went from running back to now it's quarterback. Justin Herbert and C.J. Stroud.
I think C.J. was a really good pickup.
C.J. was.
Unfortunately, you didn't need C.J. at all.
No. He's a bye week fill-in. Okay, I'll give you that. I think they have a bye week coming up in, 2 weeks? Or
Sure.
1 week?
But I really like C.J. Stroud. I think he's a very talented rookie and better than I expected with his lack of weapons.
Mm-hmm. Houston is looking... They're looking pretty nice. I'm excited for their future.
Houston, we don't have a problem.
Maybe. We'll see. And then at kicker, Nick Folk. Trusty as always. That's all right. And New England.
Always a stingy defense. That's Bill Belichick's specialty. So
you love to see it.
Number 9 is me.
Purdy Moody.
I went up 3 spots, and I still think my team is okay. Purdy had a pretty good game. K9 had a breakout game. Pollard, 15 as always. Calvin Ridley, starting to worry a little bit, buddy. Mentally, are you there? Depression sneaking up on you?
Are you going to call him special needs again?
No, it is. It's time to call the 1-800 landline because I need you, buddy. I need you to talk to the therapist. I need help. Mental health matters.
Get some help.
AJ Brown, you a dog. I knew it.
There it is. He's back. He never left.
He never left.
He just didn't get his reception.
He was just taking a back seat for a little bit, but we're switching drivers now.
We'll see.
Michael Thomas, J-Mo's back in there, and I think Mr. 30-30 is going to be throwing a lot of slants.
I think so. I think that's good for you. Michael Thomas, until he gets hurt again, is going to be a solid receiver. And once he does go down, inevitably, you will have Jahan Dotson now from that new trade.
Absolutely, but Jahan is never going to see the light of day because I have George Pickens.
And Javonte Williams for flex.
Pickens.
You'll be fine. And Christian Watson. He did okay coming back from injury.
He's a sleeper. He scored a touchdown tonight, but I think George Pickens has improved mightily since year 1. Maybe it's because Deontay is out, but he's showing that he can be a true receiver if given targets. That was his whole issue last year, not given any targets.
Yeah.
And then I got a bunch of mid running backs on my bench. I got Gus the Bus and I got Latavius.
That was my question. Why do you have Latavius Murray in 2023?
This league reminds me of COVID, and I'm just storing like toilet paper here. Like,
all right.
I don't know.
I can't argue that. That's all right.
I'm just storing as many. I'm going Scott on the waiver wire here.
And then at tight end, you have Dalton Kincaid, who I like.
I still believe he had 2 catches for 3 yards. Last game.
All right.
I don't know how that's physically possible. 2 screen passes, I guess.
Yeah, he's a tight end. Again, that they're just guys out there.
But Josh Allen, Laporta Potty is fucking playing out of his mind. Kincaid can do it. He can do it, Josh. Please, just give him a chance. And then a touchy subject, I stole Jake Moody.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? Jake Moody, oh man, I'm so upset that I dropped him.
Do you like the Purdy Moody's?
Yeah, no, I know what you did. And you're rubbing it in my face. I don't appreciate it. Well, Jake Moody, he was never supposed to see the waiver wire, unfortunately.
Who had him?
I did. I had to cut somebody because I made a mistake. It was my mistake, obviously. This is what I get for it. It's my comeuppance. It's the karma. And I'm sad. I did try to send him a trade earlier for Pinheiro. Moody for Pinheiro.
And I laughed at it.
Let's see. At defense, you have Indianapolis. That's a question.
I've finally given up on the Jets defense. Zach Wilson just has him on the field for way too long.
Yeah.
I'll probably regret that later on in the season when he's gone, but for right now, I had to let him go. Indianapolis is playing the Los Angeles Rams this week. Matthew Stafford has thrown 4 interceptions in 4 games. And, he's going to throw some more this week. He's not looked very good. The Colts have been top 10 in the league at pressuring the quarterback. A lot of sacks from the Colts this year, and I like my chances this week with my defense. So
All right. Well, that's all right then. Number 8, we have Tatani, Born to be Wild. And, well, this team is wild. It's gone down quite a bit. Last week, you dropped down, I think, 5 spots. This week, it was another 3. You are deciding to start Russell Wilson over Dak Prescott. What? What came over you? Because last I heard, you're not a Russ guy.
And now you're starting Nico Collins over Brandon Ayuk. Mm-hmm. I hope you stick with your word.
I hope this is your gut, and I hope that your gut can pay out for you, because these moves, they're wild, but I mean, somebody has to take them, and that somebody is you.
Tatani, if you ever try to trade me Alexander Madison for Kenneth Walker ever again.
There were other players in that trade.
There were other players in that trade,
but yeah, those are not equal talents.
At least offer me Josh Jacobs. Make it.
I hear there was murmurings of Josh Jacobs being passed around this week. However, Tatani was not a fan of any of the trades that he received.
Devin Wojnarowski with the report.
That's all I heard. He didn't want to trade Josh Jacobs just yet.
We'll see. Matt Schefter and Devin Wojnarowski.
At wide receiver, I do like these 2 guys, 2 Texas guys, CeeDee Lamb, Nico Collins.
Nico's okay.
I like Nico.
I like Tank more than Nico.
Really?
Yeah.
Nico's he's the DK Metcalf of the Houston Texans.
Okay.
Nico's like 6'4", 215. He's huge.
Damn, so Tatani, you're ass. You're 1-2 and you got 2 DKs on your team? Crazy.
And you have George Kittle at tight end.
He'll pick it up. He actually had a really good game last game.
Oh, okay.
He had 8 for 93 off the top of my head.
On your bench, you have Derrick Henry's successor, Tyjae Spears. We said before he will be taking away touches and snaps from Derrick Henry. I personally don't know if I like what I see over there, because it's still Tennessee.
Honestly, I think you should start Spears this week, because Alexander Madison is going to be Cam Akers' backup real soon. So, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Be bold, born to be wild. That's your name, isn't it?
A real Cameron Akers truther over here.
Fuck it. Start Keaton Mitchell. Who the fuck is Keaton Mitchell?
Keaton Mitchell is on IR. He is a running back for the Ravens.
Okay, I have no clue who the fuck that is.
I had to look it up when I got this.
But you're born to be wild, so you better be wild.
It just came through on my watch. AJ Dillon is now no longer part of Born to Be Wild. AJ Dillon is now on the wire.
Devin Wojnarowski.
That's crazy. Breaking news. What a fun segment.
Actually, let me pick him up real quick.
You can't. He's on waivers now.
Shit.
You can put in a claim, but I wouldn't.
Latavius by Latavius. Okay, all right.
Kicker and defense, you have both of the Dallas players, Aubrey and Dallas's defense.
You have 4 Dallas.
That's just who he is. That's who he is.
How'd that loss feel last week, by the way? 2 losses, by the way, yep.
Golly.
I don't know why we put you at 8. I should have been 8. I should have just been selfish and put myself at 8.
Whatever, man. It's because your team is not good. That's why you're not at 8.
What do you mean? I beat a 2-0 team.
You beat a 2-0. You beat Scott. He is only 2-0. He is only 2-0 because he plays the worst team every week.
Scott, you hear this shit? Remember this when you face Devin, okay?
You're probably going to beat me, because that's what happens. I face mediocre teams and I lose.
You face great teams and you win.
It's insane.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
At number 7, we got Paris.
Harris likes France.
You fucking fucked up my parlay, Paris. Thank you.
Up 3. We'll bring that up in our prediction segment.
Okay.
You did kind of ruin his record, and it's not looking great for him in the dinner bet.
If you just started a Shane and had a crystal ball in your brain, bars, you would have won this week.
Yeah, unfortunately, you didn't score, or you didn't have the highest scoring player in your lineup. What was that about? Why wouldn't you start the backup on the Miami Dolphins?
Right, who only scored 1.3 points in his career.
Come on, it's just
logic.
Think a little bit, yeah.
Yep, you gotta think ahead of the curve, you know.
Devon Achane, we gotta remember that. Devon Achane is going to be a solid running back 2, I think. But I mean, he always has that option to break the entire game.
Mostert's
and
going
go
to tear
off.
his ACL in week 7, so
We're all waiting for it. I think that's why Chris got rid of him
yeah, and I think that's
because he
why.
knows of the injury risk.
And Zach and Sammy bit the bait.
Yep. Jerome Ford, he's looking all right. They're giving him a lot of work, and well, you just hope that continues,
Right.
and so you don't have to play any of your other running backs.
Adam Thielen has
Adam Thielen,
drinking out of the fountain of youth.
he has resurrected his career.
Against us, he
And-
had 8 catches for 111 yards and a touchdown.
Just ridiculous. Adam Thielen has been going crazy, and I don't know if he's going to slow down anytime soon
With
because he did it with both quarterbacks, Young and Dalton.
yeah, I was trying to think. Yeah, with Dalton. I mean, Kirk's not back there anymore.
No,
He's playing with these these
Bums.
mediocre running backs,
yeah,
quarterbacks.
and yeah. Let's see, Dallas Goedert. You expect a lot more from him. I haven't seen a lot from him at all.
He should pick it up. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe this is just where he's at on this offense now.
maybe.
There's just too many players.
And then the bench. Outside of Chris Godwin and DeAndre Hopkins,
Sometimes
rough.
rough. Van Jefferson is not the one like they expected.
I don't know why Deuce Vaughn is still on the roster.
Deuce Vaughn is so small, itty bitty on there. We'll see if he ever gets touches over Rico Dowdle.
Touching back on Van Jefferson again, very disappointing. I had Van Jefferson a couple years ago, and I don't know, man. He used to be productive. I don't know. Maybe he just
Productive in a wide receiver 3 kind of way.
Yeah.
He was never a wide receiver 1. I don't know.
but a deep threat.
We all expected him to take a step up with Cooper Cup out, but instead it was
Taking a step
Atwell
down.
and Puka.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that bench clears up. Maybe you make a couple trades. Maybe you make some waiver ads. At kicker, you have Tyler Bass, solid,
One
great,
of the best kickers in the league.
easy. At defense, you have the best defense in the league, San Francisco. Maybe not in fantasy, but in real life, I would rather face Cleveland than San Francisco right now. At number 6, we have Sammy and Zach. Sammy, genius team, and Zach 2. Let's just start out at quarterback. Kirk Cousins.
1,000 times better than Justin Fields.
So much better. I'm so happy that you guys have made that switch because it was looking rough with Fields in there.
Kirk scores. He's scoring 30 a game.
Easy. It's because of all of his weapons.
Now you have a hot Raheem Mostert. We'll see if we can continue that momentum. Stephon Diggs is top 5 receiver in the league. T. Higgins is a great wide receiver too. Laporta, top 5 tight end in the league. I mean,
Yeah, he's performing.
He's producing. Jared Goff is looking for him, and
And he's running mad. If you watch the game tonight, he was looking solid. Looked like a stud.
It's looking like I picked the wrong rookie tight end.
It's very possible.
Um,
So personally, I'm hoping that Raheem and Sam Laporta still keep on producing every week, just because I want Chris to lose that trade with DeAndre Swift. You
Me
sent
too.
Swift over there. I hope that Swift gets back to his pathetic ways.
Oh, Pacheco played decent, but it's the Bears, so we'll skip over him.
Yeah. T. Higgins, another dud game. But that's the Bengals this year.
I mean,
And it
Jamar
sucks, man.
Jamar had to break out some game, and that was his breakout game.
Yep. You hope that Burrow comes back from his calf injury. You can tell that it's still lingering. He'll get back. It's fine. Wait a little bit. Your team is going to be just fine. Jacoby Myers. I'm not really sold on him.
He had a really good first game, and then he got hurt. This might be his first game back, but that's all I know. And then you have a couple of decent running backs on the bench. You have 3 running backs. You got Justin Fields, you got Justice Hill, and Damian Harris. Yes, I call Justin Fields a running back. And that's about it. You got a solid kicker.
You have 3 tight ends.
You have 3 Cincinnati players. I just noticed that.
Kicker and defense, that's whatever. But the tight ends I'm talking about, Luke Musgrave, Dalton Schultz, and Sam Laporta. Is that the way that you want to build a team? Not me personally. Not me.
Only 3 wide receivers. That's kind of slim on the wide receivers there.
Maybe if you're looking to send over a tight end, maybe we can talk.
Ooh, I think I know someone who needs a tight end.
Yeah, me. That's why I brought it up.
That was a joke.
Anyway, Evan McPherson, we touched on it, and Cincinnati's defense. We'll see if they can keep it up. But this team, I mean, obviously you have a couple red flags, but it's fine. You'll get better. At number 5, we have me, Devin. My name this week is Molecular.
I was trying to pronounce it, but I couldn't understand it. But solid name.
Thank you, Molecular. QB is Lamar Jackson. He was a stud last week. I hope that he can continue it because he looked really good running, and I want him to keep doing it. Running back. Golly, I hope he's back. I hope Austin Eckler is back and he can produce.
The human egg.
We need it. We need it on this team for morale and for winning purposes. James Conner, still that dude.
Ran over the Cowboys.
Oh my God.
I was watching that game live. I couldn't believe it.
The last minute switch. I had Breece Hall in until about 9:50 that morning.
You would have ended up with what, 15 rushing yards?
It would not have been bad or not have been good, and I would have lost that week. James Conner, I owe it all to you, man. I got a CMC jersey. Maybe next I'll get a James Conner jersey. Wide receiver Amon-Ra just performed solidly. Again, that's what he does.
Another touchdown tonight.
100 yards or a touchdown. That's what he does every game, in and out, even with an injury. Devonta Smith looked rough last week. That's okay. They'll come and go. Tight end, Njoku.
Top 3 in the league.
I think it's time to sing you a swan song. You are just not looking the way that I want you to.
Has never looked the way you wanted him to.
I know, man. He's the Kenneth Gainwell, or excuse me, he is the Treylon Burks of my tight end position.
He is the Kyle Pitts of your tight end position.
Well, he's a tight end. I might actually go pick up Kyle Pitts now that he's on the waiver wire. I'm hopeless. Somebody give me a tight end. I know that Eric already rejected my offer, but why? You have him on your bench. Give me Evan Ingram. Let's see. Flex, Kyron Williams did not do well last week. I just hope he'll pick it up again.
Not this week, though, because my defense doesn't need that.
I think he'll be okay. They didn't give him enough carries last week. Jordan Addison is Devonta Smith light, so even more boom or bust. You may get 3 receptions for 3 touchdowns and 140 yards, or you get 2 receptions for 5 yards.
He's a rookie. Give him a break.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him. I still like him. Unfortunately, I have to put him on my bench right now just to play the hot hands. Breece Hall. Man, I brought him up earlier. He is looking rough right now. If anybody wants him, send me some offers. We'll see if we can get something going. I do still think that he can return to form, but right now I want something better. Roshan Johnson, again, potential. That's all my bench is potential. None of them can play right now except for Jordan Addison.
Potential.
JSN is potential. Treylon Burks is potential. Kenneth Gainwell has potential if DeAndre Swift goes down because DeAndre took over that running back 1 position.
Yes.
Kicker is Pinheiro. He's looking good. He did me solid last week. And my defense has been Pittsburgh for a few weeks now.
Again, one of the best defenses in the league.
It's different for me because I'm usually changing out my defense every week. But Pittsburgh has done me well. So I'm excited to see where they keep me going.
And number 4.
4 is going to be Apple. R.I.P. Kyler.
Apple fell 3 spots.
Down 3. Let's see. To start out, you have Tua Tagovailoa.
On a tear.
What can you say? I mean, actually, no. This is what I can say. He only got 30 points in a 70-point game. What is that? Tua should be way up there, especially putting up those kind of offensive numbers.
I mean, his running backs did have like 6 of the touchdowns.
8. They had 8 of the touchdowns. Insane. But that doesn't matter. He still put up 30. He's fine. He's good. Running backs. CMC. Easy 20 every week. Insane. Love him.
The Eminem of football.
Oh, I said I might wear his jersey next week. Maybe next week.
Ramondre's starting to slip. I do not like Ramondre right now. And I think the little piggy, Zeke, he's chomping away at the bit.
He is.
It's a Pollard and Zeke situation from last year.
Once again.
And I'm a 2-year Pollard owner, and I couldn't tell you how pissed some of the touchdowns they gave Zeke last year. It's going to happen. Ramondre's going to fall off. Not yards-wise, but touchdown-wise, Zeke is going to oink, oink, oink.
He's a pay pig for CDs. Speaking of falling off, Garrett Wilson in your wide receiver slot.
Not his fault.
He is unfortunately falling victim to Zach Wilson playing in New York.
You keep benching Romeo. Romeo's getting you 14 a week, bro.
You got to start playing him.
Hollywood is getting you 14 a week, bro. I don't know.
That's insane. Josh Dobbs is looking good. I like Josh Dobbs. Dude,
Dob-
cut Kyler. Pick up Josh.
The Milky Dud is looking great. But he's not, I don't know. There's no one else to pass it to in Arizona, so who else are they going to throw it to?
Zach Ertz. Yep, that's who they got. Other than that, though, you have wide receiver Mike Evans. He is solid every week. He is continuing to post numbers with Baker.
Top of the hour, Alvin Kamara returns this week.
I'm excited. I think you're
Jamal
excited.
Hurts. Kendricks not going to get any fucking touches.
No, because his ass.
Is Alvin Kamara going to be back?
I think so. I think he's going to be like a top 15 running back.
And I think Apple grabbed him in the 7th or 8th round.
Yeah,
we
didn't let him. It's because he was suspended, and that's fine. That's to be suspected. You survive this long, doing really well, and I mean that's what you can hope for when you draft a suspended player. And so congratulations for that.
Matt Schefter has gotten some news that Apple has been trying to rob some people and slither his way to more players. I just cannot wait to see some of these lineups if some of these trades go through.
I'm liking all the trade activity. Continue sending trades. Continue doing it. I love it.
Me too.
Let's see. Tight end, Hunter Henry. He's fine.
Yeah.
What? There's a bunch of Patriots on this team.
2 Patriots.
Yeah, that's too many to me. I don't like the Patriots. That's just where I'm at.
Cam Akers can be interesting. We'll see if he can oink 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 some from Alexander Madison.
I think he could. Cameron, he looks okay when he plays. When he gets fed.
I was never sold on Madison from the start, and
he's a born backup.
He's a born backup who shouldn't be a starter. Cam Akers has potential to be a starter. He's not the greatest running back in the world, but he's bred to carry the load.
Yeah, I like it. Zay Flowers and Tutu Atwell. I mean, Tutu's a little bit better.
Tutu again is last game wasn't too well, but he consistently getting you double digits. So, I mean, I like the trust in Garrett Wilson, but I don't know, buddy.
Yeah, Zay needs to continue to post numbers. Lamar Jackson is looking for him, so that's a good sign. Let's see. We talked about Hollywood and Romeo.
He's got the smart backup if
Elijah Mitchell.
CMC does go down, so that's a great pickup.
Yeah.
And then
your IR, Deontay Johnson and Kyler Murray.
Of course,
whatever.
Kyler has to be on the roster.
You're fucking.
And then Jake Elliott might be the best kicker in the league right now.
I think you've already said that about like 3 different kickers.
I said one of the best.
Oh, right, of course. And then you have New Orleans defense, who, I mean, they're really good. I like them.
Yeah.
Easy. At number 3, staying at number 3, we have Eric Let Them Cook. And I see that you started Aaron Jones over Dalvin Cook this week. And over Jerick McKinnon. But
slow start. Jared and Aaron, not great games.
No. Unfortunately, we did have to record after the Thursday night game.
Yes.
And
that will heavily impact our predictions.
That's going to influence our predictions at this point. Can't change that. Jared Goff did not look good. Well, he looked fine for some throws, but he didn't get you a lot of points. Aaron Jones did not do well at all coming back. They rested him a lot. Expect him to get better. That's fine. James Cook is still continuing to be really good. I really like his involvement over there.
Yep.
Surprised that Damian Harris hasn't snuck in there.
Debo's banged up.
His
ribs are hurting a little bit.
Yeah, but he's built for it. He's a tank.
Jamar finally had a breakout game. That is what you want to see, and that is what Jamar should be getting every week.
And you hope that continues. That's all right. TJ?
Top 2-3 tight end in the league. He's
really good every week.
Looking like a stud.
Yep. You drafted him to be that, and that's what he's doing for you. Jalen Waddle is back from concussion.
So we shall see if he explodes against the Buffalo Bills this weekend.
Maybe they can put up 80 this week.
Maybe.
We'll see.
And then we'll see if Gabe Davis will score 80 on your bench against the Miami Dolphins.
Gabe Davis will do better than Jalen Waddle this week.
Hot take.
It is. I'm going to be proven wrong immediately. Geno Smith on your bench. That's fine. You have
We
Jared
were-
Goff, but I mean,
We were talking about how bad Brees had been doing. Who would have thought that at Brees' worst, he's still better than Dalvin at this point?
I said it before the season. I think Dalvin is
Cooked.
done. Yeah, Dalvin is cooked. That's really good. Jerick McKinnon put up a lot of points, but you're still not putting him in.
Is this a tail sign that Mahomes is going to start doing that flimsy stuff with McKinnon again? Is McKinnon going to be the receiving back now?
That's just what he does. He likes to flip around the football.
Yes.
It's weird. And then I mentioned him earlier. Evan Ingram is on your bench. Solid as you can get at tight end.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you want to try to send, and if anybody wants to send Eric an offer for Evan Ingram, I have been told by inside sources that he wants a mid to low running back 1 or a high running back 2 for Evan Ingram.
I received a trade, Evan Ingram for Javonte Williams, which is a fair trade, but I need Javonte for bye weeks. There are no running backs on the wire, and I am not starting Latavius Murray. So, yeah, hit your boy up.
I do want to say Javonte Williams is not a high end running back 2.
No.
He is a low end running back 2
So that
or
ju-
a high end 3.
So that just showed he bullshitted.
Yeah,
your
he's
bullshit.
bullshitting me. And we got contacts all around the league, Eric. Your bench has Buffalo on it.
He's scared of Tua.
I think that's what's going on. That's fine.
At this rate, I don't blame him.
I don't blame you. Instead, start Houston. That's fine.
Kenny Pickett is bound to throw interception every game. He fucking sucks.
It's the truth. That's fine. That's all right.
Kenny, pick it off.
And then you got Jason Sanders,
Yeah.
one of the best kickers in the league. At number 2, you have Nate, too fast, too felonious. QB, Josh Allen, Miles Sanders, and Brian Robinson.
How do you feel about that combo?
I
Love
like
it.
I like
Hate.
Robinson. I don't like Sanders. Every week, we don't need to keep on diving into that. Miles Sanders not my favorite, but he sometimes puts up points. The real gold on this team is your wide receivers, Tyreek and Devontae Adams.
Scared the shit out of me.
Just ridiculous, man.
The only thing that keeps me in check, Matt Schefter talking here, is that hopefully Buffalo can do something with Tyreek. And Devontae is not happy in Las Vegas. We have gotten reports that he did not come to Las Vegas to sit around and lose.
No, he also came there because they had Derek Carr.
So please,
that was his friend.
So please, Devontae, sit out if you are not feeling that you are not getting your worth.
Just sit out. You know, that's how you make money in the NFL.
Absolutely.
At tight end, you have Pat Fryermuth.
He scored a touchdown last week and
Again, he's a tight end. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a nothing position.
started DJ Moore over David Montgomery. Apparently, Google did not update Monty's status for tonight's game, and
People were going off.
Monty scored 35.
Yikes.
25,000 comments in Monty's section right now.
You might be getting that $10, so that's good, I
Right.
guess. Good way to start off your Thursday. Bench, you also have Jalen Warren.
Mid.
Bench, you also have Tank Dell.
Stud.
I like him.
I mean,
But where are you going to put... nope, over DJ Moore.
who would have ever thought that there's two tanks in the league? We got Bigsby and we got Dell.
Yeah. Tank Dell, I think, should start over DJ Moore.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah. Zay Jones, mid. Kendry Miller, mid.
Actually, don't give him any ideas before my game. The fuck?
Well, this is coming out hopefully tomorrow. So
Harrison
sorry.
Butker, the best kicker in the league.
Absolutely. And then defense, of course, go Birds. You got Philly.
Fuck, there's so many good defenses too. I never.
Yeah. Well, there's a few people that have solid defenses every week, and that's fine.
Matt Schefter has also seen that JT might get moved soon. And
Really?
did you see the number one destination?
Miami?
The Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins.
That
But-
three-headed monster would be fucking insane.
If he goes over there, that robs Achan, that robs Raheem. Like,
So
it,
do you
it
just,
might
like-
be bad for
Do
everybody.
you
over
just
there.
transfer running
Every
back
single play?
Every play?
It
Keep
could
it
be.
fresh?
I don't know, but I hope that Jonathan Taylor comes back for the Colts.
He's too good to be sitting at home with a fake injury.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
He needs to come back. He needs to sit Zach Moss on the bench where he belongs.
Yes.
Because Zach Moss is mid. Josh Allen is your quarterback. I mentioned it earlier, but we didn't really go into it. There's nothing to say. That's why we didn't go into it, because Josh Allen is Josh Allen.
And number one, the man with 1,000 trades.
1,000 trades and almost 200 points. Chris. Wall Street, which, I mean, it makes sense. That's your name. Your buy, sell, a trade. That's what you're doing. The only trade that I didn't like so much was your DeAndre Swift one. But, okay. I mean, maybe it's collusion. Maybe it's Maybelline. QB, you have Jalen Hurts. I love him. That's what I say every week. Doesn't matter.
I have a love-hate relationship with Jalen Hurts. If he makes my player happy, I'm happy. If he doesn't, I'm not happy.
Selfish.
Keenan Allen and Justin Jefferson.
Keenan Allen, another one just like Adam Thielen, drinking from that fountain of youth, going back in time. 18 receptions, 215 yards, and a touchdown, and a tossing touchdown.
The stack of Swift, Saquon, Jettas, and Keenan is just scaring me to death right now. And we haven't even touched on Cooper Kupp next week.
Cooper, I personally don't think that he'll be great. He'll be fine with a consistent volume, but...
Chris's lineup next week is going to be Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift, Saquon Barkley, Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Darren Waller, and Cooper Kupp. And we let this happen.
I didn't let shit happen. I didn't accept any of his trades.
Why did you trade fucking Saquon for Puka? Why?
Because Scott will trade anybody but me. Everybody in this league will trade everybody but me. Except for Chris. Chris will send me trades, but I don't like his trades.
I did give it a 1.5 second thought on Eddie Pinheiro, but just for consideration.
I don't know why you don't accept that. It's just a kicker.
Because I want to be moody this week.
It's a kicker swap.
I want to be moody.
Oh my god. Anyway, on your bench you have breakout Mims from Denver. He's doing really well, putting up a lot of points. That's what you want to see in a rookie.
Josh
Kelly.
We can skip.
Disappointing. Josh Downs.
I don't know who that is.
He's a receiver. Isn't he on the Lions? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But that's what he does. He picks up all these no names like Rico Dowdle.
DJ Shark
hopes.
Torch does.
Yeah. DJ Shark, again, reversed the clock.
Looked like 2018 again.
Started doing it. Wan'Dale Robinson, people are still hoping on him. I'm not.
Me neither.
Rico Dowdle, like I just mentioned, he picks up random guys that could become the starter if their person gets hurt.
Yeah.
And it's a great strategy.
He stole a touchdown away from Tony this week. I wasn't too happy with that.
And it, like I said, great strategy. I like where you're going. I like the way you play. I respect it. Kicker, Brett Maher.
The best in the league.
Easily. One of the top kickers in the league.
Even though he missed 5 extra points in that one playoff game, we're just going to skip over it.
Yeah, we're not even going to mention that. No. He missed so many kicks. Defense, you got Kansas City. I like them this week. One of the top defenses this week.
And
IR, we mentioned it, Cooper Kupp. And then the other one is Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yeah, we can skip over Jeff Wilson. Cooper Kupp, week 5, planning to come back against Philadelphia. And your lineup is going to be the best we've seen since
Champ.
Or Champ.
And that was our power rankings. If you like it, let us know. And if you don't like it, I'm going to change it up. Let us know that too. Because I want to hear some chatter.
The chatting, and again, dry this year. Guys,
I thought it was fun.
What happened to the complaining? What happened to the competitive,
Scott has a different life now. He is a different man. He doesn't need to complain all the time.
He's grown up. But hey, the chat. Really, guys, let's get the chat going. I want us to interact more. Let's stop this weird tension. Whenever someone got a lash back. Come on, let's laugh. Let's just say some stupid shit like Apple has a funny looking head. I don't know.
Our new segment, new this year, is going to be our golden team, aka our one-way ride or die team.
And what is golden team? You say?
Like I said, one-way ride or die, it means that we are latching on to a bottom 4 team, and if they lose, we lose. Without further ado, we are going to pick our golden teams. You're going to go first. Who is your ride or die this year?
Well, my ride or die this year is, considering punishments into effect, I will refuse to get a tattoo at this very moment, so I'm going to go with Tommy. Tommy is just a drinking
it's a drinking punishment.
A drinking punishment. So
that's all right.
I think I can do that, and I like soju.
Yeah. Yep.
I like Soju, so no problem with me.
Easy enough. He is currently in 11th place in the rankings or in the positions,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not looking great right now.
No, he's
but
not.
you're hoping for a turnaround. That's what we're hoping for.
I'm hoping.
My golden team is going to be Brittany. At the moment, she is Alave Garden. I chose this one for, obvious reasons. So if she loses, if she ends up losing the entire league, I will go along and get a tattoo along with her. So yeah, she is my golden team, and Tommy is your golden team. We'll keep track of how that goes. Already a little nervous about that one.
I'm very nervous.
Finally, we are going to move to our predictions. This week, we find me facing Apple. Rip Kyler, you will need to bury yourself.
Wow.
Rip Apple is what I'm saying. Rip the Apple Wheel Alliance as well, because I don't see her winning either. Apple, you're going to lose. We started out strong already with Amon-Ra getting me 14 points. I think he could have got more, but that's fine. Yeah, so me.
I'm good. I think Apple gets his first loss of the year this week. 3-1, 3-1 for Apple.
First loss this year, so you're going with me.
Yes.
Okay. Up next, Alave Garden versus Harris Likes France. I alluded to it earlier. I am not going to be picking Brittany. I think that Paris will win this one. Paris put on a show last week, and her team only got better with her bringing in Devon and Achan.
Every dog has their day, and Brittany's going to get her first win of the season this week.
I hope so. I hope that Brittany can get her win. We'll see if she can. Next up, McLaurin P1 versus Young Hose. Scott and Tommy. Who do you have here?
Scott.
Just all right.
I think Scott's going to win. Tommy looks lifeless right now.
I agree. Unfortunately, your golden team is looking pretty rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say
your
that.
golden team looks like a crusty wrench, right? Oh.
No, you're right. You're right.
Wow.
What? It's not looking great right now. I hope they can turn it around. We'll see.
They're
We'll
to
see.
win too.
I know.
Um,
Up next, Born to be Wild versus Let Them Cook, Tatani and Eric. And is it considered an upset? I think it is. I am going with Tatani. I want Tatani to win this week.
being a cheat code with tonight's results, I think Tatani's going to eke out the victory with two vital positions not doing well tonight.
That's true. I didn't bring that up. Thursday night did not go well for Eric.
No.
We brought it up earlier. Jared Goff did not look fantastic. 15 points after tonight's game. Next up, we have Purdy Moody versus Too Fast, Too Felonious. And, well, I am sticking with the better team. Nate, you are going to win this week.
Yeah. Go
ahead.
I got to pick myself this week. Shockingly, I feel confident. Like I feel like I'm back where I'm supposed to be, and I think my team is healthy. Luckily no major injuries, and I think we're starting to turn the page on like chemistry. And if one thing falls to another, I think I eke out a victory this week. I think I get to 500.
I like it. Okay, I like the confidence.
Yeah.
I don't like the matchup for you though.
Really?
No.
Out of the top teams, I think I would rather play Nate than you at this point.
That's a hot take. If we're talking about hot takes, that's a hot take. Because I don't think my team's as good as Nate's.
I think your team is just as good.
Last matchup is going to be Wall Street versus Sammy Genius Team and Zach 2. Chris versus Sammy.
Chris is going to take a big fat Odell shit on your chest.
Chris, like Nate said earlier, your base is going to be 200 easy. And it sucks to say because I don't want to see that. I don't want a super team. It gets boring after a while.
He has a super team.
He does already.
Because of us.
Not because of us. I already brought that up. I also think that Chris is going to win. And that's it for week 4 of Tuddy Talk. I'm so glad that we got to record, even if it was a little bit late. Next week will be a little bit tough to record because I will be on vacation. I will try to get a podcast out to you, even if it is just me rambling on a mic. I know nobody wants to hear that, but that's what we get when I take all my lavish vacations.
Yes.
Is that all you have to add?
So this is the beginning of week 4, and you know, all I gotta say is we are who we thought they were, and we aren't gonna let them off the hook.
Absolutely
See you week
not.
5.
See ya.
2-2, baby.